Alright, so this little tutorial is about creating components, but I'm also going to make it about extensions. Now, I have extensions that I've downloaded. I've showed you where they're at, the extension manager right here. Um, Not the manager, I'm sorry. The extension warehouse. And this 1001-bit tool freeware is actually pretty decent. I did download this extension, and I'll show you what it can do in a bit. First, um, let's go ahead and talk about making a component. Don't mind me, I'm just erasing a few things. Alright, we'll get back to this. So making a component, let's say we want to make windows. And I don't want to have to make the same window over and over again. So what I could do is I could use the rectangle tool, and let's just say I want to make a 4x4 window. So 48 inches, comma, 48 inches, that's 48 inches is equal to 4 feet. And so I'm just going to make it these dimensions. And now I'm going to offset this by 2 inches, because these window frames are done by 2x4s. And so now I have a window pane that is 4x4. And what you can do is you can make these using the push-pull. You know that the wall thickness I told you guys make is 6 inches, so I'm going to push-pull this up 3 inches, and additionally, pull it down 3 inches. And that way we have a window frame to go by. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a component. Right click, make component, and window. Oh, let's put the size 4 foot by 4 foot, window, and frame. Create. Great. The reason why I do this is so I don't have to, well, one, it creates a layer of protection for yourself and your drawings. Oops. And now what I want to do is I want to create a trim that I want to put on both sides. And I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, make the trim, and come right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and created this trim. Now this trim is going to be the two-dimensional geometry that I'm going to use to create this next part. Now this next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially take a copy of this. So I'm going to use the move command and hit control, and now I have a copy. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this trim. I made this the same width that I made this frame. So that was 2 inches from here to here, and then I went ahead and made these little details. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this way. I selected the wrong thing. All right. So now I want to rotate this 90 degrees. I'm just typing 90, enter. And now I know for sure that this is going to match up. So I'm going to grab this by the corner. I'm going to hit control, make a copy, because I don't want to mess with the original. And I'm going to drop it right here. So here is where I'm going to use the Follow Me tool. And I'm going to come and grab this and pull. So here's the thing. When you make something a component, it's not going to recognize there's any surface there. So here I'm making a rectangle, and I'm going to delete it afterwards. But right now, just to use the push-pull tool, I'm going to go, I created this rectangle. Now I'm going to use the Follow Me tool. And now Sketchup will recognize this is what I'm trying to do. There we go. Wonderful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and delete this, delete that, and now I have my frame. Now, here's where I'll make this a component as well. So go ahead, right click, make component. I'm just going to exterior, window, trim, create. All right, now that's components. I'm going to move this, copy. And now what I want to do is I'm going to invert this. So this can slide on top of this, and this can slide underneath. And so I'm going to use the scale command, the letter S, and I am going to grab this and select -1, or type in -1, enter. And now this is an inverse of that. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two. Let me move this. There we go. And you can see I inverted, or I mirrored this frame. So now I want to move, well, I don't want to mess with these, so I'm going to copy both of these. That way I have an original if I ever wanted to go back. And now I'm going to make this a component. So I'm going to move this here. Oops. Move here. And I'm going to attach this here. Oh, if you need to see through something, I can't really see if I'm making sure. Hit the letter K, and then you can have like a wire frame. Now I'm lined up. I'll do the same here. M. Move this, and I'm going to go underneath. Put that there. Great. And now I'm going to make this a component. 4 by 4. Oops. Window. Create. Done. So now all these copies are related to each other. Any changes I make within this final, I'll show you an example. All right, let's just say I want to add materials to this. So go to materials, window, oops, that's window coverings, glass. Glass, all right. You want to see right through this. Now we can. And if you notice, it changes all the all the copies of it. And that's what's great about it. So if you make one change, it changes everything. And that's what I love about making components like this. Okay, now these are flat components. So what you're going to have to do is rotate it. Come to the one side and rotate it. $90. Type in 90, enter, done. If you need to rotate it, from the top direction, you got to make sure that rotate is blue. Anyway, that's how you make components. You got to kind of think of how a window is actually made, or if you want to do a door or furniture. Maybe I'll make another one showing how to make a chair. But it's pretty much it, right? Next, I want to show you this extension. This is called 1001-bit tools, and it is located right here. It already comes with its own bar. It's a pretty significant tool. I just started messing with this and I kind of figured out a few things. I figured out that you can make 3D walls, and here is a cut of the wall that I want to create for the outside walls. And so here's how to do it. So I made a 6-inch wall. This right here is going to represent the brick that I want on the outside, and these are the trimmings, the wood trimmings that I want on the inside of the wall. Here is the wall tool. I also specified the height, so I went ahead and did all that information ahead of time, changed this wall thickness. I really don't have to mess with anything. I could just set up profile, click on that button, click right here, and now it wants me to click on a reference point for the profile. And so I want to make sure I'm on the outside of the wall, the 6-inch wall right here. I don't want to do anything with this brick because I am going to create the wall using this reference here. Start here, and I'll just start building the wall. Click on every corner, like so. Of course, you have to draw out your floor plan first. And this is just one super quick way to get this done and still have decorative things on the inside and on the outside. All right, now I'm about to complete this. Big note, when you complete this, double click, and so it'll close it. And voila. It builds it as a component automatically. Make sure you're in the right layer. I know I am. Get rid of these. So I'm on the wall layer. And that's that. I think I built this on the wall layer. I can go back in and change all this. So let's do that. Change it to Windows. Let's see. Let's change all this to the window layer. And now if I want to get rid of windows, okay, there's still a few more things I gotta grab. And let's change that to Windows. Oh, that is changed to Windows. Oh, that's Windows on walls. Okay, great. That's done. That's done. That's on walls. Let's change that to Windows. And turning off the layers is a quick way that you can ensure that everything that you wanted on your layers is there and not somewhere else. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So that's a quick way to do it. Definitely explore this 1001-bit tools extension. There's other things. You can build a complete roof automatically. I might do a video on that. You can do stairs automatically. You can do vertical louvers, horizontal louvers right here. There's other dividing panels you can do. You can create grills or some sort of mesh. But play with it. Get to learn it. You know, I'm sure there's tons and tons of videos out there on how to do it. Also, if you go to, let's see, where is it? Yeah, extensions or Sketchucation. There's all kinds of plugins and software on how to install. Well, I mean, install things that are very useful onto SketchUp. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for this um, tutorial. If I come up with across any more things, I'll go ahead and create a video for you. Anyway, that's it. All right. Have a great day. Thank you.